You sealed the deal between Auntie's choice and the Order. Science meets capitalism. Brains meets branding. What could possibly go right?
All right, so welcome back everyone to Outer Worlds 2. We're nearly finished with the game, I'm pretty sure. We have the collective request here, deviations are under duress. There's one excogitation chapel that we haven't found yet, and you can only do after you do one of the main quests here on Cloister. So, I had a look on where I need to go. Basically, we are... what is it called? We are here in Laplace's garden. And if you have done the archive quest, you can go into the Cloister Underlands. One of the side quests there was to unlock a... what's it called? A lift. Which is here. Which is there. Right. So we're just going to head there. That's the lift that we had to unlock. Why? What's going on? Why are we in fight mode? Okay. That was weird. That is the lift, and apparently if you take this one upstairs, you get to where that last excogitation chapel is. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see if that works or not. There it is. Oh, that's not it. There it is, yes. So the other people that escaped, they were all coming to here as well. There's usually a hidden room within the chapels that you can only unlock if you can get this thing to work.
We in the Order love to speak of a grand plan, of ordered complexity. Where all things have a reason for existing, a purpose to fill. But what purpose is served by hundreds dying senselessly in the cold? The longer this interminable war drags on, the more convinced I become of the universe's dispassionate variability. Not reconcile with this reality. And if we cannot, then perhaps it is time we evolve a new philosophy altogether. It's certainly worth bringing up with the presiding bishop upon my return.
Probably the same thing. Yeah, it is. Cool. Let's go upstairs. Oh, it's downstairs. The chamber was built in honor of the exemplars who first designed the cooling silos which make the archive possible. Chilling plasma pistol. All right. Cool. So let's go and hand this quest in. I hope that with this quest I can actually get enough standing to then with one person to finish up another quest here, which I haven't done yet. Or which I couldn't do yet because I can't get the thing that I need. So for this guy that we talked to, I need something from him, but so far I couldn't get it.
Welcome back, Agent. I trust Laplace's garden is treating you well. In what manner can I assist you? Cool. Look at me, as giddy as a first-year novice. All right, let's listen. No, this isn't right. There must be some mistake. The beliefs advocated here are entirely in opposition with what the Order stands for. I don't suppose you have any other recordings less filled with, despair? Philosophism? What's that? Well, that sounds horrible. It's evident what happened. My colleagues must have gone quite mad in the isolation of their studies. Sad, but perhaps not unforeseeable. Only one certainty remains. These logs must be destroyed. I shudder to imagine the ramifications if other members of the Order were subjected to such nonsensical rantings. Please understand, what's been recorded here borders on heretical. Scientism teaches that the universe is constant, rational, and inalterable. These proofs reject all of that reason in favor of some ineffable manifestation of personal will. Not a big... They are questioning the foundational principles of the entire Order. The damage that could ensue if such philosophies spread is very nearly incalculable. Ordinarily, I'd commend you for keeping such an open mind. But we must be careful that our minds are not so open that all reason slips out. Thank you for your assistance in this, delicate matter. I'll ensure the contents of these logs never pollute the minds of good scholars for all our sakes. I believe I promised you a reward. Here is that lockbox. I regret I don't have a key, but I'm sure you'll find some way to access its contents. Eventually.
That's sad. I hoped I would be able to convince him to not destroy this, but we don't have speech, so.
Welcome back, Agent. In what manner can I assist you?
No, I don't want this. That's a bit annoying. Okay, so I can't, unfortunately, let's complete it. I can't really do this. So basically, this guy has a key card. I can't steal it from him. He doesn't give it to me. Say another way. Oh. I haven't been able to get in myself.
Thank you for your support, valued colleague. Unauthorized visitors are not authorized. Do I need to diagram that for you?
No. Is there a way through here, actually? Doesn't look like there is. Oh, hold on. That looks promising. It definitely looks promising. I was too hasty. Too hasty. No. I really thought that would be it, but unfortunately not. Saying that, I can see there's another one right there. Oh my goodness. Getting pushed away because of that fucking box. Okay, what is this? I mean, usually because when it's open, it means I've been there already. These whole fucking hallways. Okay, it shall not be for now. Okay. Well, in this case, let's continue. This other one, I don't know. There's a few things I can't do at the moment either. Then we have this one where we are meant to find a body for Auntie. And then we have the main quest, which is just going back to the incognito and talking to our crew after we've analyzed the data. So let's just do that.
Commander, this unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter. A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. Providing intellectual validation to this unit's queue. Priority low, based on energy readings. Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating.
According to the archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy.
That sentence tells us there it's the last mission. Right? Meaning, fucking close up all side quests.
That is a correct assessment, Commander. Transitioning to Good News Protocol. As this unit was corroborating data on the anomaly, a message was also received from your allies, Commander. Auntie's Choice and the Order have sent word that their forces will be prepared to render you assistance once you navigate to Horizon Point. That is technically correct. Briefing complete. Now returning to situation monitoring and data analysis, Commander.
Right, in that case, we're going to do the side quest for Auntie. She asked us to find a body for her. See the world through a modern digital filter. If you're defeated while wearing this helmet, you may pay 1,000 bits to continue. That is actually quite good. Cool. What do we have? Auntie Cleo has asked you to come see her in person, blah blah blah. Travel to Automac Production Facility on Praetor and retrieve the mech body. That. Right, there's a hidden entrance. This all looks dead. Sovereign's prosthetic automechanical life support system. Right.
As I expected, spies from Anti-Cleo. Seize them!
Oh, that was that. Oh. Back to the undisputed claim, seeing Anti-Cleo and returning this body. Now there was in the room with Auntie, there was this thing where you could turn off the life support. I don't know if that gives us a chance or if that it's for different quests when you don't ally yourself with Auntie's choice. Probably. We'll see. I mean, even if she dies, right? The way this goes, just some other money-hungry vice president, maybe one of the two that we met, is going to take over, and nothing will change much, to be honest. She also wants to be 110% sure on all this stuff. As a good mathematician, you know that's not possible.
Soon I'll be able to leave this office in my... You're back! Finally! Finally! Do you have it? Did you bring it here?
Did I bring what here?
A last-minute shakedown, is it? I knew I liked you. Yes, of course. Fine. Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share? Wonderful! Exactly the effect I was hoping for. What's more, it's an undeniable confirmation that the Archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion. Yes, so much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further. As they say, time is capital, time is bits. You're burning lucre just standing there. Go!
Okay then. Then we have Last Voyage of the ACS Free Market. Where is it? And the problem with this one as well is I needed to be able to kind of like break into things, which I can't. And unfortunately, that didn't allow me to kind of like do two optional things. So we're just going to hand it in on what we have at the moment. Right, so you have he wants alcohol, which is in a safe, which I can't get to.
Greetings! How has the data collection fit? Finally, a breakthrough. Let's hear it. So the backstabbing nature of Auntie's choice is hampering even the most basic of command chains. Good to know. Aside from the crash, what occurred in the ship's final moments? That's idle speculation. I'd be laughed out of Laplace's garden if I included an information point like that. I'm striking it from the record. Last question. Were there any contributing factors to the crash? Anything that might recontextualize what actually happened? Failing to recognize ability? Seems Auntie's choice is forgetting where upward enters into the phrase upward mobility. This report is going to bear some glaring absences, which is unfortunate. Still, I wouldn't have been able to get this far without your help. Here's something for your time. It would have been more if I'd been able to complete this, but there's nothing for that now. Auntie's choice seems to be inundated with its own problems, technical and personnel alike. We should have ample opportunity to use this for propaganda purposes. I am! If Free Market Station survives the war, this will be a very important historical account. But if the Order fails in Arcadia, none of that will matter. I'm just making the most of what you gave me. I'm glad we're of like minds. I'll be sure to notify my friends in the Order that you can be trusted. Now I need to get this report to my superiors. Thanks again.
Cool. Then we have controlling for convenience. Hold on. Where actually... This is respected. This is trusted. Suspect. How the hell are you supposed to get into the highest? I think there's a perk at the beginning that gives you more experience percentage, right, each time. So you can probably only get to that if you have that perk. Which is, I mean, fair enough. Alright, hold on. Controlling for convenience. Okay, it looks like there is no way for me to get the, so with the controlling for convenience, that's the thing I mentioned earlier in Laplace's garden, where we need the keycard. It looks like there is no way for me to get the keycard because I don't have pickpocketing or... There was one other skill that you need to be able to get this, and I don't have either of them, so I won't be able to. But what we can do, we can go to Cloister and basically rat. That looks amazing, by the way. Basically rat her out and say that she's trying to get us to get this sample. So that's what we're going to do and see what happens there.
Welcome. In what manner can I assist you?
You have a spy.
Oh, yes. I'm aware.
Then why haven't you done anything?
Better to know the spy in our midst than receive a replacement more capable of evading notice. Besides, Miss Doyle's harmless, and she serves the best convictions at the parlor, bar none.
She asked me to get a sample of the drug you're putting into the water supply.
Has she now? A little ahead of schedule. No matter.
You should do as she asks. Get her that sample.
Can I ask what your strategy is here?
This is an unparalleled opportunity to see the shape of Sub Rosa's web. We only need plant the right fly. After collecting the sample, mix it with this liquid tracer. It'll make the drug functionally inert and allow us to track it wherever it shows up next.
Is Sub Rosa a threat to the Order?
Not as such. Not at the moment. However, let me put it this way. Any potential for interference above null is worth keeping an eye on. I have every confidence you will make the right... Here, take this key. It will grant you access to water reconditioning, which you can find on the eastern side of the garden. You will also need this passcode for the terminal inside.
Well, I should have done this earlier. Okay, so if there is the chance... It sounds like there will be a chance to kind of mix this, or not mix it. If there's a chance, I will not mix it. Because I like Sub Rosa. Kind of like, you know, smugglers. Okay. Okay, so we get the sample. Here we could mix it, but I will just not mix it. And so we give her the actual sample. Because I think it's also... What they're basically doing is here they're drugging the whole population of this town. Kind of like make them more perceptive to things. Which, you know, I don't think is a good idea. So we're just not going to follow the order here on this one.
I hope you have good news for me.
Here's a sample.
I knew I had the right person for the job. You've saved me quite the headache. Your reward, as promised.
What's next for you?
Aw, wondering if you'll ever see me again? Precious. I'll remain in the garden a little while longer, but it would be best if we limited contact with one another. No offense. But who knows? The plan mystifies even the greatest minds. Perhaps our paths will intersect again someday. If it isn't my favorite collaborator. I thought I said we shouldn't be seen together.
Crash course in telemetry.
No need to wait for permission.
Okay, that is all the quests I have. So, I think this is the last quest. Let's do it. If I find my ship. No, that's not it. That's it. Sins of the past on the precipice of the future. After recovering the Rift data from the archive, Val has learned of a disturbance around the remains of Horizon Point. The station itself has somehow been reconstituted and is surrounded by unstable Rift activity. Before investigating the station, you should complete any unfinished business. Which we've done. Everything else is finished. Alright, reconstituted Horizon Point. Once thought obliterated by the Rift, this Protectorate skip technology research facility has mysteriously reappeared from the void. Exploring this facility will likely be treacherous, so it'd be wise to tie up any loose ends before proceeding. So they tell you 3 times to finish all your side quests. A 4th time. You're about to return to Horizon Point Station and determine the fate of the Arcadia colony. If there's anything you want to do before you navigate to the station, do it now before you cross the point of no return. Would you like to continue? Yes. Would you like to save? Yes.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. Unfortunately, this is not possible due to several factors, including but not limited to the absence of a very large net.
Where does this leave our allies?
The Order and Auntie's Choice have sent their forces, as promised, but they will need to find their own landing zones. You may be without assistance as you navigate the station.
Who's responsible for this?
The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
A would-be tyrant doing something tyrannical. Who could have seen this coming?
Won't be easy breaking into the Sovereign's personal flagship.
Fortunately, the Providence is not equipped with exterior weaponry. If you can reach the ship, you should find no obstacles to boarding it. This unit urges moving quickly. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent destruction of the colony.
Only one person here knows Horizon Point as well as you, Commander. Should be me watching your back. Like old times.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
I'm fine taking him. It's fine with me. Alright. I'm back in a second. I'm just going to grab something to drink. So if we take Niles, right? Niles, to either leave Ines or Marisol. Ines can heal, which is super helpful. I'm so strong. I like it. It's, easy. Let's leave Marisol. Let's go. 800 away. Okay, that's away.
You know how some creatures can smell danger? I think I might have absorbed some of that. Watch those troops carefully. That must be the Providence. Were it in other hands, I can imagine the real good it could do.
Being back here feels like straying into a dream.
Does.
You need anyone to pinch you? You just let me know.
This is where we were at the very beginning of the game. But of course then it wasn't kind of like broken up like this.
This explains a lot, actually. Never moseyed up here last go around.
Good, didn't it? Ain't nobody that deserves this.
Won't be able to go up there. Probably jump there. Of course. Nothing interesting. Yeah, man. Ooh. Actual fuck was that?
You know, if the lives and deaths of millions weren't in the balance, this would make a fun agility course. But the rift modulator ought to make our path clearer.
Attention! This is your anti-calling. Per our agreement, Anti's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way. Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
Never would have expected this camaraderie in all my life. But with both of them backing us, we got a real shot at this.
So too. I mean, where do you go from here, basically? Yeah.
Thought my plasma shower days were behind me when I left Triangle.
Oh, fuck. I think I made it harder because I was fucking crouched. Alright, there you go. Done.
Help you whip something up.
What is wrong with these guys? Ooh, fuck me. Bloody sniper again. Oh, he's up there.
Let me know when you need it.
These snipers are like really, really strong.
Nobody around.
What's my engineering? I think it's like 4. Yep. Fair.
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is better than nature.
It's insane how they get a marketing sentence into each word that they say. Nice. Huh? Oh. I must have killed accidentally someone from the order. It's difficult, like, because I'm so far away, I might just hit my allies. That's not what we want.
incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that's...
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Congratulations. Hold fire on our ally.
Same thing again.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
You know what I think it is? When I kill that bloody automech, I probably still shoot while it's already dead, and then hit whoever's behind it. So maybe I'm just not gonna shoot at this reconstituted dragoon. Right. Oh. As easy as that.
Be mindful of where you step. Chasms are everywhere.
In all my research, I've never observed anything like this. It's
humbling. Okay. Yeah, kidding you out right for the last mission. What's this? That's my beam caster. Sentinel uniform. It looks cool. 20% chance to ignore incoming attacks while below 50% health. It's nice. Native species. Okay. Gunner's mobile turret suit. Passively loads ammo into your current weapon, which of course is amazing for our skills that we have. That thing is amazing. Mask. 5% crit, 50% crit damage. Hold on, with the perks. Once I have it, I had something with this, right? Yeah, that's insane for the weapon I have. That's insane. Anyway, okay.
I never could have predicted that the rift would produce something so monstrous. Much to consider.
Why did you make me do this? Why?
That sounds like Helen? No. No, it couldn't be.
What the fuck is going on in here? Because she's dead.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither.
you'll end up just the same.
Helen. Law, is that you? It's me, Niles. No, I look a mite different from how you remember me. Been working on my fashion sense.
Wait, Rookie? Commander? Is that you? No. No, this must be some kind of trick. Oh, what's happening to me?
Take a deep breath. You're looking peaky. What symptoms are you experiencing right now?
My skin. It's burning. I feel dizzy. Not right at all. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Oh, I had to kill them.
Oh, Helen. That's awful. But you were only defending yourself. I'd have done no different.
How do I know you won't turn against me as well? How do I know you won't come at me with murder in your eyes?
Sandoval and Jepson weren't themselves. Do I seem different to you?
No. You're as I remember. And we are here conversating. Neither of them could manage that, but I'm having trouble making sense of things. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the Rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
She was alive when the rift engulfed the station. That's how she's here now. We could have saved her, Commander. We could have done something.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened?
DeVries sabotaged our mission.
Law, I knew something was the matter. Tell me. Tell me everything.
She caused the explosion to slow us down, and then she destroyed the station.
Val and I tried looking for you while the commander went on ahead, but DeVries never intended for us to finish the mission. We barely escaped the station before she destroyed it.
So she never intended for any of us to survive. Figures. So what is it that left me like this? Not right.
The part is the Protector's fault. They're playing at being the architect.
Stop speaking in circles. What are they doing?
It's called reconstitution. The Protectorate are trying to put the whole station back to how it was before it was destroyed. You included. But it's failing.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? I assume you got a plan to help me? You do, don't you?
There's nothing I can do for you.
Boyd, this is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again. Never fly in our ship. Never anything. What am I supposed to do?
Promise I'll prevent this from happening to anyone else. Not all hope is lost.
Yeah, well, the amount of hope I got ain't worth a damn. Reckon best you can do is end this for me. So will you?
I'll do it.
I'm sure.
We could do you this one last kindness. Rest easy now, Helen. You've earned it. Won't let no one forget your bravery.
Always knew I could count on you, Rookie. You've made a damn fine agent. Only wish I'd been there to see it. This is the final kindness you'll do for me, Commander. Thank you. Try not to miss, huh?
Thank you for putting an end to her suffering. I know that wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right one.
Absolutely.
Thank you for putting an end to her suffering. I know that wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right one.
These soldiers look even more hideous than our grafting experiments.
Supplies available ahead, Commander. Consider it payment for your support.
You with Auntie?
Hold clear.
We brought supplies. We're
You
here
may
to help.
approach, Commander. We've got supplies at the ready. Are you in need of any weapons, armor, or other supplies? The presiding bishop foresaw this. We are most grateful for your role in reconciling and
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments. Any treatments or supplies you may require. Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Step up and take a get. Such a moment calls for a once-in-a-lifetime deal, wouldn't you? Remember it.
A second.
Greetings. I say usually because Auntie has declared no catch. Well, it's all a technicality. Oh, tell me.
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Okay. Just gonna have a quick look if I can actually put anything on my. Because do all my weapons have? Like, you know, there's no optic on this one, for example. So I don't have an optic thing for it. Like this. I really don't understand this because there's a lot of weapons where I haven't found anything yet to put on there. Right. I'm not quite sure why. So this is the weapon I'm using at the moment, the bullet blender. I don't have an optic for this. Yeah. Using questions. Can I create something? Beautiful. Right, and then for the hold on. For the weapon, I need a optic. What? Optic. Oh, it's because it's for different things. There one? Because this is just, yeah. I might not have the right weapon type. I think. Yeah, this is a different weapon. Right, so I don't have the proper optic for this weapon type. That's alright. Don't need it.
Well, the ship doesn't look at all intimidating up close. Though, I got my questions about that rover they're sending down.
Don't have enough stuff for that. Not the right skills, it's okay. Just means we have to fight the auto mechanicals.
Ugh. Couldn't the rift have brought back some janitor mechs instead?
Obviously not. What the fuck was that? It's a sniper again, am I crazy? That's wrong. Oh, what do you have here? Had to skip labs. Should I go back and check if there's something here? No, there's no way. What is that? Green stuff.
plasma replica?
I wouldn't recommend getting close. Haven't come this far just to give up. Let's look around. Gotta be some way to deal with this.
Your path through skip lab is obstructed by an unstable rift. Okay, let's have a look around first then.
This is scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the Council. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, in searching the remains of the lab, I found an equation that could manipulate the core just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of Protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who marched fearlessly into chaos and tamed it.
I feel dumber just having listened to that. Well, at least we know what we need to clear that rift.
Some fucking equation? After numerous attempts, blah blah blah. Getting an audience with them, blah blah blah. Okay. By lowering the temperatures of the heating elements, we might stabilize the distortions we are encountering. Lowering the temperatures of the heating elements. Okay.
Suppose this is a bad time to mention I barely passed my high-intensity arithmetic course at the academy?
Okay. Why can't I put the... I can't input anything. Why not? So that's the equation. This is quite large. Oh, you can basically sneak through. But we don't want to sneak through. Okay, so
This must be the Sovereign's office. Guess money and power can't buy taste.
this is the Sovereign's office.
Taking credit for someone else's genius? Can't say I'm surprised.
Go. We got the whole thing.
Be the equation. Ain't no way that man came up with it himself.
Best to get this equation inputted as soon as possible.
Beautiful.
Good. My vision was starting to swim for me
Okay.
Take a look at these readings. This isn't congruent with our observations in the laboratory. Our projections are off by orders of magnitude. Sovereign, save us. Montserrat's hypothesis was correct all along. The results from the experiments were faulty. Capture the readings. We'll let the blame settle as it lies. Data retrieval complete. Let us hope the others return shortly.
Oops. Okay. That ship will bring us to this flagship. Pretty sure. Board the Sovereign ship. There you go.
Easier than I expected. Now, let's find a way to unseal the hangar before I noticed.
Crew Science Command. Currently in the intake area, at the top of the stairs is a terminal that controls the hangar doors. Deck 2 is likely containing the rift modulator. Consoles like on Deck 3, running the ship. The top of the stairs. That music. I mean, it's exactly music that I would assume as something like the Sovereignty would play.
Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Looks like the count just rolled in.
Nice. That's our game. And that thing is insane. Hincan, the proficient purveyor of provisions.
Now that you have finished showing extreme prejudice to our...
They're both here in person now, that is something.
If you must replace lost equipment, please submit proof of punishment. Unit does not accept blood. Please make a request. This ship is only for authorized Protectorate subjects. You are on this ship. Thus, you are a Protectorate subject. If you are not a Protectorate subject, please purchase a weapon from this unit and shoot yourself. Subjects are expected to pay in case of enemy attack. Subject is expected to kill it, displaying in...
Unless you plan on conjuring ammo from the Aether, we ought to get the crafting side.
Okay, let's talk to them first here.
Better get a move on before this ramshackle sprattle of a station falls apart. Hustle
What
up to the
remains of
Silent
Horizon
Wing.
Point
Get
should yield. What remains of Horizon Point should yield much in the way of science, once the threat of the rift is neutralized.
You should really go on ahead.
If you must, please make a request. If you are not a protect, in case of enemy dis...
Can't have our favorite unit firing on it. Let's get the crack.
Better get a move on before this ramshackle sprattle of a station falls apart. Hustle up to the science wing. Get the rift modulator. I'll talk at you later.
Scientist Winfried Wu has been scheduled for follow-up appointment. Chief Scientist Montserrat has authorized her to be pulled from her duties as necessary.
If you experience how might this unit bolster or reduce doctor-patient confidentiality is currently enabled. Analyzing argument. Complete. Scientist Winifred Wu is subject must receive regular injections of saline solution or will experience leg paralysis and must be carried to sickbay. Unit has been assured this is most embarrassing. Note. Please keep. How might this you please?
Okay.
What's going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert. Suspicious is what I am.
What's the task to solve anyway?
Commander, let's go.
Okay then. The heck is happening? It's shooting at me.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Boldly striving to pinpoint source. Seeking to determine origin or cause. Returning to
We made it. I was expecting a wall of swinging axes and maybe a punch to the face to top it all off.
Turn this off.
Best to avoid combat if we can help it. Maybe I'll
Why?
look around for some credentials? If security's this tight, the modulator must be close by. I'm mighty curious about what these scientists were up to.
Did you not hear the intruder alert from the crew deck? This is a very poor time to be loitering somewhere you should not. You'd best present a very convincing reason for your presence, lest I order our automechs to smear you across the floor. Wait, we need all the assistance we can get, and I'm sure your theoretical degree will aid us. Please forgive my hostility. Since you seem to be a new transfer, you'll want to speak with Chief Scientist Montserrat in the Rift Chamber. Here, I'll lend you my access credentials as proof of your authorization. Of course, the Consul's vision for an idealized version of Arcadia are paramount to my own aims. It's my wife, you see. She's never loved me, and she chews with her mouth open. Through the Consul's plan, I expect to see both issues rectified, especially the latter one. Montserrat asserts that this is not how the Rift shall work, but I believe he simply needs to redouble his devotion.
It's a wrap. There is no answer.
No one deserves this.
Because this corpse appears to have been reconstituted like the Protectorate soldiers on Horizon Point. There are clear incision marks suggesting the beginnings of this section. Got a sample from him, so there's that. Assume this is where we can use this sample we just got. Come on. You notice irregularities with the atomic structure, damaged atoms slightly out of place. In layman's terms, once something goes into a rift, it doesn't come out the same.
Looks like this might dent the Consul's plan some, but I'm guessing it's far past reason.
Also, I mean, I could have told them that for free. That's really not rocket science. J. Montserrat's private log. It's been all of 2 hours since the Sovereign's admittance to mental refreshment was announced, and already new orders have come down to us at the lab. It used to be that we were allowed a half day to mourn the loss, injury, or minor inconvenience plaguing our dear leader, but I suppose the Consul thinks he's rather generous for giving us an even a moment. After all, the burden is on us to make him appear capable and mighty. We are to put all our efforts toward building a device to reverse the effects of the rifts. Large-scale reconstitution, the missive said. But I should think all of our previous research in this area has proven it too unwieldy and certainly too dangerous to even be considered viable. It's a waste of resources, all of it. What we should be doing is focusing on winning the war, not chasing fanciful dreams of one man. I would be curious to know if the Sovereign would have given such an order. Perhaps we'll never know.
Huh. This ain't the console fan club we expected, but we can
Oh.
work with that.
We can. Oof, beautiful.
Return to your work, my fellow subject.
And this is massive.
Reckon it was foolish to think we could stuff the modulator into a satchel. Ought to see what we can learn about it in the meantime.
I received word that you were here. Rift specialist, are you? What exactly was it that you needed? I'm rather short on time, as a gander outside might tell you. Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab, and hopefully the rest of this system, from falling apart. I need the modulator for my own analysis. You can wait. I apologize. Suppose I can trust you with this information then. Matriarch knows one more voice might help us out of this mess. Our situation is far more dire than it may seem. There is no proof that Rift data can be stabilized or even edited. The console's plan will fail completely. But he no longer listens to me, which is distressing. I've prepared a report for him showing how the very structure of the modulator makes what we're attempting impossible. But I doubt he will pay it much mind. Yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't do any good. It's clear you aren't bound by the same rules as the rest of us somehow. If he won't hear me out, perhaps a third party will have more luck. Here, use this keycard on the module over there. It'll allow you to download my report and grant you access to the control deck. I hope you're able to sway him, because if you don't, we're all dead. A deck up in the control room. The console is the only one who has the means of controlling it, which makes your persuading him that much more necessary. Go now.
That was easier than I thought. But they assume I'm part of their group, so...
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
Well, debatable.
Well, we got the schematics. But this report got me asking questions. If they found rifts in deep space where humanity supposedly ain't been, how did they form. It don't add up.
That's true.
We'll have to worry about it later. Right now, we should concentrate on finding the console.
I thought we started those. That's
Yes.
true.
Was there something else you needed?
Your report mentioned rifts in space where humanity has never been.
Yes?
But I thought rifts were only created by skip drives.
And you're correct. Everything that I've studied has confirmed that skip drive usage directly results in the manifestation of rifts. As for why rifts are found far away from humanity, well, I'll leave that for you to conclude on your own.
I mean, what could be the reason for that? Someone made skip jumps there. It's aliens. They can occur naturally. That's just 3. There's probably a million more. And those are just 3 I came up with my own. I'm a dum-dum, so my person could probably come up with a lot more.
Your punctuality is as commendable as ever. How did you fare in securing the rift modulator? Yet one more hindrance to overcome in this endeavor. Nevertheless, I expect you to guard those plans closely in the interim. Did you find anything else of note? When one learns information that rattles their understanding of the universe, one may take a moment to consider the gravity of said information. We know that rifts are only caused by skip drives, so if they are appearing in non-colonized space, then this is truly momentous. It proves definitively that life did not originate on Earth, and may, in fact, exist elsewhere in other forms.
Of course, I wouldn't want to discount these findings too quickly, especially considering the implications.
I concur. This is a discussion for later, with laureates in attendance. For now, we must confront the consul before he wrests that future away forever. He is just through those doors. I have run the numbers, and should you wish to negotiate with the consul, you must be strategic. He will not react well to a direct attack on his character or methods early on.
I can talk about his people losing faith in his leadership.
It certainly may. At which point we may find the opening needed to convince him to stand down.
I might tread a mite lightly, dear. If I know the consul's type, and I do, his ego can take only so many hits before his guns do the talking. Simply goading may not be ideal.
Ain't opposed to speaking with the man, but I'll be damn near floored if it doesn't end in a fight.
You should take this time to prepare. Replenish your supplies. Explore your environment for any advantages. Consider what options you may have in the event negotiations fail. And if there is anything more you need to say to me or your companions, I encourage you to divest yourself of these diversionary thoughts while you still can. If it is another handout you seek, then I suppose I can part with this. I have nothing more for you.
To business, then.
Being.
Time is capital. Time is bits.
The thing with the rifts out in space where humanity hasn't been, I assume that's probably the setup for, you know, the DLC. Or a DLC. Who knows? That's where the Sovereign shits. And now the console.
Redactor Esmond. Very punctual, good. Don't take a seat. This will be quick. My sentinels tell me you have some interesting ideas. Oh, easy. No need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands. Especially now that our partnership with the Order has become fraught. We may need our own version of their pacifying doctrine.
Oh, so I do have a germ of an idea. A less grand version of the grand plan. Instead of atoms and particles and such, it's made up of us. All doing our part, like cogs in a machine.
Interesting. A system where every subject believes they have a role to play. Enthusiastic obedience. Why, the Sovereign and I were thinking of this very thing. What should we call it?
Well, I'm not sure. It's still just a germ of a concept, of a hint of an idea, you see. It's a whole new way of thinking. A new model of society. Quite the paradigm shift.
Paradigm. Very good, Esmond. Say, you look frazzled, troubled by your own thoughts. Why don't you report to mental refreshment? My staff will personally see to your well-being.
Just goes to show, all the power in the world still can't protect you from a knife in the back.
That's true. Okay, let's do this.
The distinguished presiding bishop herself has deigned to join us. What a charming surprise.
Don't overlook the main attraction, dear. I even wore my finest battle attire.
I might have known you'd conspire with our enemy and lead some foolhardy crusade against me. Loyalty has eluded you for years, after all. Sentinels, if you would.
Forming an alliance was necessary to combat the irrationality of your foolish endeavor.
Love this, by the way.
Those who fail to show reason do not deserve.
Reminds me of Amidala, Star Wars.
I will not. I am saving this colony from itself and ridding it entirely of traitors and trespassers like you.
Trespassing, we got clearance to be here.
I'm not interested in what you've acquired by sleight of hand or whatever other sordid means, Commander. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate, but time, it would seem, isn't on your side. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal. Shall we say, the kind that has apparently shredded the more discerning portion of your gray matter. I've been following your progress closely, you know, since you so unceremoniously tampered with our Vox relay on Paradise Island. When you began your dealings with the Order and the Corporatists, I thought that perhaps having a chaotic element in their midst could work in our favor. But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate yet again.
Meddling in affairs is my life's passion, and also my job.
For all your bluster, you seem more concerned with running your mouth than improving your performance in the field. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
Greater Tranquility Station was a test?
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend.
Enlighten me.
Very well. Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit the information stored within it and use the modulator to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but Without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended.
Can you say it again, but slower?
Let me spell it out for you so that you understand. In the matriarch's younger years, she discovered a crashed ship deep in the earth, and in it, the very first skip drive. She dissected this tech, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse. And, well, that eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
I know you think your plan's the right one, but you reconsider if you hear me out.
It's your time that's running out, not mine. So go on, tell me all the ways I'm wrong. Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after all. I am merely a partner, seeing it carried out.
That's a lie. The Sovereign never wanted this. You perverted his plan.
Do not presume to tell me what is or isn't the truth. I was advisor to the original Sovereign. I know the mind of a true leader. This is the path Henry should have taken.
You two argued over what to do with the Rift Modulator. He was acting out of love, not power.
Yes, of course we argued over methodology. Henry was always too stubborn, too focused on the past to understand the opportunity before him. I regret that he had to make such a difficult choice. That one of the Matriarch's heirs is not guiding us. But he needed to look beyond himself. Like I am doing now.
No, you tricked him into destroying his own mind. I found him in placid waters.
You just come and go as you please, do you? I ensured he would have a handler by his side if any assistance was needed. And I understand that it is, which is regrettable. Fulfilling the Architect's plan is worth the cost. Henry would agree. The people would agree.
It's futile. You're losing the support of your people, and there's no undoing that.
Yes, well, we also lost the support of the Order. But can one truly call that a loss? We would have drowned already in the seas of war with the weight of their inaction around our necks.
Melody would dispute that fact, given that it is I who has invaded your sanctum, and not the other way around. The Order has always been the Protectorate's more capable half.
I can scarcely recognize the Bishop standing in front of me. To think that I welcomed your ascension all those years ago. Orlo was at least amenable, moldable, teachable. But you've been nothing but disappointment. You're so busy chasing figments of the future, you don't even know they're leading you off the side of a cliff.
That sounds oddly personal.
To a man of such expansive pride, all perceived slights become personal. Recall, Emery, that we once worked together toward the same aims. You made us enemies when you started down this unconscionable deviation from what is best for Arcadia.
I will not be blamed for your treacherous actions. A true Protectorate subject knows that adhering to the Sovereign's words is what's best for Arcadia. And you were never true. The same can be said for any subject who wavers. They are dead weight, and we must cast them off straight away. Once I win the war and leave those naysayers behind, harsh action will be swiftly forgotten. And once I provide for the needs of my subjects, I will have them forever.
The war has done far more damage to Moral than you know.
Setting aside all the settlements that have been razed, lands burned, resources dwindled, all figures I'm sure you know, your folk have had no choice but to go begging for help. Their story is the same every damn time. They were abandoned.
No, it was they who abandoned us the moment they debased themselves to ask outsiders for help. You are clearly ill-equipped to speak on Arcadian affairs, or of what truly matters to its subjects. I alone can give them what they need. You must see that.
Ah. Your strongest supporters aren't immune to seeing reason.
Indeed. That's why my strongest supporters wholeheartedly believe in me, and the Protectorate cause.
Actually, I stumbled upon a very candid journal decrying your leadership.
Did you? Well, it appears we will have to expedite that malcontent's trip to Placid Waters once this is over. No matter. Thanks to the Rift Modulator, I now have the power to reverse such doubt. The Protectorate will be a united front once again. Untouchable and wanting for nothing.
You'd be fooled to write off dissenters. They won't hesitate to hit you where it hurts.
For every traitor in our midst, thousands of loyalists.
And this guy is twisting every word.
To move against me, they are merely announcing themselves as the chaff to be cut, and they promptly will be.
Have you forgotten that you've alienated the Arbiters?
You'll note that all the brightest, most efficient Protectorate minds were assigned to the Sentinels to ensure the history of Arcadia is not sullied. But the Arbiters, they've quite outlived their usefulness. Just one more thing I intend to fix. The people will understand in time. They only care that they are provided for.
Let's talk about your plan to save Arcadia. You've got to know it's doomed to fail.
So you say. But you've yet to deliver any compelling evidence.
Madness is rarely apparent to one in its throes. I wonder, would you even be capable of hearing facts if we offered them?
I am the chosen shepherd of Arcadia and will not be spoken to like this. I am only doing what I must to restore this colony to what our matriarch envisioned. Free of war, strife, heresy. You must know that you have little chance of swaying me. I will not be distracted from taking what is owed to us.
Owed to you? I've seen the matriarch's writings. You have no idea what she envisioned.
I will not be lectured by an outsider. It's just like the Earth Directorate, or any other interloper, to claim to better know the customs of those they invade. Certainly if you had your way, you would claim Arcadia as yours, and rewrite history to suit your own aims.
The matriarch's son rewrote history. He betrayed her wishes, and this is the result.
It's true. Your matriarch suspected the Protectorate was doomed from the get-go. Reuben was mucking things up even before his mother's body was cold.
No, Reuben would not have gone against her. He was the stalwart protector of Arcadia to the end. We could all see his devotion. If he even attempted to bastardize the Protectorate cause, then we will have undone all of the matriarch's work.
You have. Guess you threw your head in with the wrong person, huh? This. Oh, I haven't found something?
I swore to guide the matriarch's line. It was not a matter of choosing sides. It was duty. But surely it cannot be possible that I've gotten this wrong. All your so-called arguments are pure hearsay. You came here claiming so boldly that I would fail, but you have yet to provide any proof. So where is it? What do you have?
I was missing some evidence on the matriarch? Interesting. Look at this report. It has proof that your rift modulator will fail miserably.
Ah, report. The abstract means little when compared to reality. Look outside. Is it failing now?
Yes, look close. Anything you restore will be reverted to how it was just before destruction.
That's not true. Despite how things appear at present, with time, this station, all of Arcadia, and all of its people will be made whole.
Your chief scientist compiled this report himself. Do you not trust your own experts?
Yes, well, I find that man's attitude can skew results even more than a thumb on the scale. But if he's correct, as he quite typically is, I don't understand. Surely every step leading to this moment was in accordance to the grand plan. All the pieces fit. Either someone has made a terrible mistake, or this is merely a conspiracy to mislead us.
Okay, fine. We'll have to attack you then.
You may try.
What the fuck is shooting? I think we had some good arguments, but the guy was basically unconvincible.
Got awkwardly on your own time. Go on now, get.
The reconstitution has grown increasingly volatile and the Rift device has lost control capabilities. Closure of the Rift via conventional means is no longer possible. Brace for catastrophic event.
If the readouts are to be believed, the Rift is on the verge of destabilizing completely. But the Rift modulator cannot be operated from this distance. It must be flown into the Rift.
That would be suicide.
Though it may be troubling to you, this conclusion holds no uncertainty. Someone present must do this.
Maybe there's another way.
Sometimes there is no alternative. This is one such time. Steel yourself.
The Order and I will use the schematics and the processed Rift data to mass-produce modulators that are usable at a distance. These pesky Rifts will soon no longer plague the colonies.
Well, we'll handle this. Go now. Give humanity a chance.
That's some grim foreshadowing there, Commander.
I don't see why it has to be you, dear. I mean, I would, but I've spent much too much on prolonging my existence to cash out now. That is to say, thank you. You trusted us with the Rift technology. You can rest assured we'll put it to worthwhile use.
Thankfully, you need not rely on empty assurances. The Order will continue to experiment with
It looks so cool.
and safeguard its use.
Right? Helmet? Fucking hell.
Come down to us. Always does.
I wish this weren't on any one of us, but ain't got time to dwell on the more favorable outcomes.
I won't ask anyone to die in my stead. I'll fly the ship.
I see. Then let me be the first to thank you. You're the finest commander I've ever served with. I hope you know that.
It's been an honor. Oh, Niles doesn't even have to say anything? That's a bit sad.
Towards the end, the commanders sacrificed themselves to save the galaxy. No one knew their motives or thoughts in those final moments, though legends grew around this mythical agent of the Earth Directorate all the same. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's Choice. For his outside-the-box thinking and innovative propaganda techniques, D.B. Milverstreet was promoted, while rival Officer Carr seethed at her lack of upward mobility, or even bronze-tier executive benefits. Vigilant Hogarth, now acclimated to Fairfield, leaned on the Protectorate ideals of neighborliness, while overlooking all the authoritarian tactics, so he might help the Order to succeed with the equation. Auntie's Choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy, the better to monitor their new colleagues in the Order. The monastery, however, returned to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly schemes. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporatist allies that academics could keep their people in line too. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Having died at the peace talks, Augustine DeVries' treachery was never known to the Earth Directorate. She is forever remembered as the star agent who tragically went missing during her mission. Val continued to serve the Earth Directorate faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw the Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations and tyrannical governments, most feared. Following Inez's humiliation of Auntie's Choice VP Willard Conan, the grafting program was shuttered forever. Inez ensured that all surviving grafted soldiers received full medical treatment and were compensated for their suffering. Those who died from the experiments were honored. Utilizing what he learned alongside the commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. But with no authority figure to lead its subjects, the Protectorate was a shell of its former self. After thoughtful cogitation and calculation, Marisol slowly began to reject violence as the sole method for eliminating random variables. Not coincidentally, her social calendar began filling up. Asa finally achieved her dream of dying in a rift. All it took was a daring and blood-soaked heist of a modulator to create a rift that she then summarily leapt into. Thus, Asa remained a fanatical member of the Glorious Dawn, spreading the truth of the rifts to her final agonized breath. With the modulator schematics shared as joint intellectual property, Auntie's Choice and the Order's partnership remained steady, despite the need for constant compromise. For a time, the Arcadia colony thrived, Auntie Cleo went through the motions of accommodating the Order, yet privately aspired to keep free trade anything but free. She began a new initiative. Any corporation or government that refused her trade conditions was promptly dealt with, either via takeover or strategic use of rifts. Auntie made her first public appearance in years, inspiring a fashion trend in bubble helmets. In no time at all, she won more public support than Ruth, which she sought to use as leverage when the time was right. Ruth Bassar proceeded to interface with the archive, an agonizing process that clawed away her lifespan. The archive computed that she was mistaken to compromise with the corporatists. To advance the plan, she needed to destroy them from within. So she proceeded to do just that.
How?
She had only been using the corporation for its logistical infrastructure. Auntie herself and at least some of her top executives needed to cease existing in Arcadia, either via assassination or skip-drive-assisted exile. Bassar stripped the power from the corporatists in subtle ways, until it was too late for them to stop her. Yet it remained unclear how long the Order could sustain its dominance once Ruth Bassar passed on to become one with the equation. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order and Auntie's Choice bickered over what to do with him. They ultimately decided to announce his death, while letting him live the rest of his addled days behind closed doors aboard the undisputed claim. Until one day, Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters and freed him, rocking the colony with a brief scandal. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. Unable to die in their sacred rift after it was closed, the Glorious Dawn heeded a new calling, seeking the modulators needed to create new rifts, so that they could die in those instead. The rifts across Arcadia and beyond were soon closed. Trade quickly resumed, with Auntie's Choice handling logistics. Yet, more than just goods and resources traveled the re-established trade routes. The Order's version of scientism spread as well. Many colonies stabilized, many thrived, and some even rose to an Arcadian level of prosperity. But there are still some that have never been heard from. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia. Its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.
Right, so we don't know what happened to Earth. Yeah, very cool. I did enjoy that. So I think somewhere in this, I did spend about 45 to 50 hours, I think. So for the price that it was, which was quite high, if I remember correctly, I think it was around $100 to $110 Australian dollars it is, which is very high, right? Yeah, I think the price is, and I think the game was not received so well, or it didn't sell well because of the high price, I think. If they put it at like, you know, 80, 90, I think they could have done really well, because it is an amazing game. It's like, if you played the first one, you will love this. This is basically improved upon the first game on every account. It has some, like, the companions are somewhat flat. I would have liked more backstory to them. I did like, there's a few diversity around them, but like they don't have that much impact, I guess, right? You could run around yourself and it would be the same. Only when it comes to certain quests and talking to certain people, that become interesting if they were able to chime in and stuff. But otherwise, like fighting-wise and all that stuff, you don't really need them at all. So there a bit more depth to that would have been good. It didn't like it. It actually needed a lot of computing power as well. I think it was quite choppy on my laptop, saying that my laptop's already more than 2.5-3 years old, I think. So it's not the newest one for sure. It hasn't been, and it wasn't even when I bought it. So I'm happy that it still runs, but it was a bit choppy. But yeah, no, overall, very good game. You know, if you think of like rating out of 10, I would probably give it like 7.5. There's some room upwards, but I very much enjoyed it. So if you see this game on sale, I think definitely grab it. I had a lot of fun. If you love RPGs or sci-fi RPGs in any way, go for it. But that's it for me today. Thank you very much for watching as usual, and see you next time.